Okay, so the topic of today's Lunch and Learn, and we'll be going for about an hour up until 1 o'clock, is productivity and time management. I was going to call this email the root of all kinds of evil, but it's more than just email, so I decided to change that. So what we're going to do is we are going to start out with a game to get the blood flowing. Okay, it's called Penny Stacking Inc. Okay, so all of you are going to be employees of this company, and I've got stationed around here 4 different workstations. I need 5 people per workstation, and there may be some people left over, so you can just watch and have fun. Okay. So let me go over the rules just real quick. I've also included a piece of paper on each of the workstations to let you know the rules. Okay. You just, whatever role you're playing, you need to pay attention to the rules for your person. Don't worry about the other people. Okay. So the first person that we're going to have is the stacker. And the stacker's job is to take 1 penny at a time out of the box and to stack a pile of 20 heads up. Okay? Is that pretty simple? 20 heads up. Okay? And then once you have a stack of 20, then you move that over, just push them over and put them in a pile. Okay? Every 2 minutes, the stacker, once you finish your pile of 20, okay, you're going to flip 20 nickels. There's also a bag of nickels there. Flip 20 nickels. I don't care which direction you flip them. And then I want you to count backwards from 10. Okay? And then you'll go back to stacking pennies again. Does that make sense?
Pennies, not nickels.
Pennies.
When you say flip, what does that mean? Like,
just flip them over.
Oh.
Turn them over. Yeah, don't flip. That'll get messy. Okay. So you're making a stack of 20 pennies. Okay. At the end of 2 minutes, you finish your stack. You push that to the side, and then you flip over 20 nickels. Count down from 10, and then go back to stacking pennies for another 2 minutes. Yeah.
The counting down from 10 is only after you flip the 20 nickels.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Are we
So.
going to have a timer?
Yes, we have someone who's the timer, so somebody with a watch or an iPhone with a clock. The timer is going to say, okay, 2 minutes is up, you finish your pile, and then you do your counting and your nickel flipping, okay? And we also have a checker, okay? The checker is checking to make sure you have a stack of 20 pennies stacked correctly. If the stack has less than 20 in it, there's a 5-second penalty where you have to pause for 5 seconds before you can continue your stack. Okay? So the checker is going to be in charge of, he's kind of the referee making sure pennies get stacked properly. Okay? Got the timer. You've got a manager, he's got a really tough job, just make sure no one cheats. Okay? You stand there like this. And then you have a mystery employee number 5. We'll get to what he does in the second round of this. Okay, we're going to do 2 rounds. All right, so you'll have time to practice. Okay, and so the goal is to stack as many pennies as possible. Okay. So here's your nickels. You're just going to be flipping those over. If they're on heads, they're going to tails. If they're on tails, you're going to tails. The pennies, you're just doing this.
But they have to be heads up.
But they have to be heads up and they have to stay in a stack. Okay? So find a workstation. Okay? Figure out who's going to be what. Okay?
Did you get to keep them?
If you really need the pennies, yes.
The stacker?
What? No, you can't help the stacker. Okay, ready? Begin.
You've got to stay in your stack.
No, if you've already, once
Are you
they're
counting?
stacked, you just move them over the
Am I supposed supposed to be?
Yeah,
Yes.
you're way over 20.
All that.
Okay, no, I'm not.
Here, let me,
Okay.
Well, you have to stack them, and then you can move.
Yeah, there
yeah, I guess so.
you go. No, you should. I'm counting up, I'm not counting down. Yeah,
Oh, I think
like knocking over the desk.
Okay, but you had like keep going
Nope, now you gotta flip nickels.
again? 20, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, what?
Wow, we got some efficient stackers, at least one.
Time's up.
Okay, this is round 2 now. Okay, this time, the stacker, you're gonna stack continuously the pennies in stacks of 20, okay, continuously. Except the mystery employee, it's revealed, is Emily or Emil, okay, the interrupter, okay? So randomly, let's say every 12, 13, 14 seconds, you're going to interrupt the stacker. You're going to say, hey, or whatever, interrupt. And at that point, the stacker has to stop wherever they are, flip 10 nickels, just 10 nickels this time, okay, and then count backwards from 10, and then go back to flipping or stacking the pennies. All right, timers, you ready?
You still do 5 minutes?
Still 5 minutes. Okay. Ready? Begin.
I'm that pesky guy over here interrupting you again. My name's Emil.
Oh my gosh, this is my job. Like, people keep walking up to my desk.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that was my last job.
I think Jim's being kind. I think she's due for an interruption.
Interruption.
10, 9, 8,
Are
7,
you
6,
the
5, 4,
manager?
3, 2, 1.
James?
Nice, Jesse. You did wonderfully.
Let's hear the numbers.
140.
Okay, well, so like I said, this was an experiment. It sort of worked out, not so much with team one. Team one is an overperformer. Well, one thing was she was flipping, using 2 hands to flip the nickels over.
Oh.
So she cheated.
No one specified.
Well, you're right. I did not specify that. I should specify that next time. Okay, so let's not think about team 1, but teams 2 and teams 3. Now, the purpose of this object lesson, the pennies were basically your work product. Okay, Pennies Inc. This is what you were responsible for producing, was these stacks of 20 pennies. What were the nickels and the counting backwards? What was that all about? Distractions.
Emails coming in.
Emails. Did you notice that the interrupted was email or? Yeah, so that was distractions, and flipping those and counting down from 10. That's basically trying to approximate what happens when you move from one task, one project over to email or an interruption, and then come back and where was it? But maybe I need to tighten the rules a little bit because we didn't see as big a disparity as I thought.